Now going over to the business blunder of the day, yeah, Marlboro, well, their owner is selling their UK inhaler firm over the pushback. Now, Marlboro is perhaps one of the most iconic tobacco-based companies on the planet. I mean, one of the first OGs, as the youth might say, and most famously known for their mascot, the Marlboro Man, which, incidentally enough, they had to hire quite many individual men to do that role, since they subsequently the individual would prematurely die from tobacco-related illnesses. But I partially digress. This comes to us thanks to Michael Lapnick over at BBC, which, interestingly enough, is still business. He says, quote, Marlboro owner sells UK inhaler firm after backlash, or over backlash, rather. Uh, Touchscreens are great until the moment they don't work, then they're trash. Apologize for the little technical difficulties here. There you can see their products there. I say, quote, the tobacco giant that makes Marlboro cigarettes has sold a UK inhaler company for a knockdown price due to what it called unwarranted backlash. PMI, or Philip Morris International, has offloaded Ventura Group for 198 million just 3 years after buying it in a deal worth more than 1 billion. Ouch. Yeah, shareholders should be pretty irate. They bought it for a billion? No, oh my gosh, really? So a little more than 1 billion. Oh, sorry, this is British money, pounds. But yeah, I sold it for 150 million pounds, but they bought it for a little over a billion pounds. Yeah, in the private sector, we call that terrible. Jeez. They say, quote, PMI's decision to buy Vectura, which makes inhalers to treat lung conditions such as asthma, was criticized as being hypocritical. However, PMI defended the move as part of its strategy to move away from cigarettes and towards smoke-free businesses like vaping. Vaping is different than inhalers. Inhalers, yeah, I don't know about that. They say BNI announced a sale to electronics firm Molex Asia Holdings, saying it releases Ventura from, quote, the unreasonable burden of external constraints and criticism related to our ownership. The deal was still pending approval. We'll see Molex pay an upfront fee of 150 million pounds, or are they using galleons, as I'm pretty sure that's the actual currency in Britain. My research is correct. Now, they say, quote, potential deferred payments of up to 148 million if certain requirements are met. PMI's boss, Jack Osnick, said that the company remains, quote, committed to driving innovation in the space over long term, suggesting it has not moved entirely from the inhaler sector. Now, they say that, quote, the Vectura purchase was part of PMI's push towards a smoke-free world. PMI has said it wants 2/3 of its sales to come from non-cigarettes by 2030, which, yeah, I don't know about that. They tried this decades ago, and it's fascinating to watch old business documentaries where you have these very cyclical strategies come every couple of CEOs where they think they're being innovative, and more often than not, just trying an old idea. I believe it actually was PMI International. Again, there's only a couple major tobacco manufacturers, but there's a couple years back where they actually bought actually, I forget the beer company name, but they bought a beer company, and they also bought Citgo, the gas company, to try to move away and diversify their portfolio, thereby also, moving away their focus and focusing on, inherently they weren't doing their major job properly, and we're not focusing on anything. Well, we can't do anything, not do anything good, so it really didn't work, and subsequently they sold off all those ideas. They say its latest financial results for 3 months ends of June show that more than 60% of its 9.47 billion US dollars sales came from cigarettes. Over that period, PMI accounted for 23.6% of the global cigarette market by revenue. Now, again, this isn't trying to be an augmented thing to vaping. Vaping is the trendy thing that all the hip folks do, apparently. But yeah, an inhaler is from basically damaging your lungs. The big controversy was you're selling the product that damages the person and fixes the person, which from a business perspective does guarantee a customer for life. If they were to stop smoking, or, well, actually, if they smoke too much, they're going to inherently need more often than not, they're going to have a propensity to need that other product. And because they're trying to kind of eat at both ends of the meal, so to say, or try to, game both sides, that's where a lot of the major pushback came from. It wasn't just because, it was a non-tobacco related item. I mean, I believe they're globally owned by Altria, which is a very fancy name that no one thinks is tobacco related, but they also own the non-tobacco related products like the Zoom. No, I was going to say Zune, which is the Microsoft, iPod competitor way back in the day, but they have the Zen product for little tobacco byproduct packages, whatever those things are, that podcasters go crazy for. Those are increasing popularity. But yeah, when you're selling inhalers, there's just such visceral pushback. They should have never bought that in the first place. I understand the logic reasoning why, but if this goes through, which I'm guessing is going to be signed off on, they just lost about $750 million. Actually, no, it's actually worse than that. About $850 million just vanished from this purchase. Yeah, but I don't know who this CEO is who kind of signed off on that purchase decision to buy the inhaler company, but that is terrible. And I would say, yeah, probably well, the shareholders should be irate. So the fact they actually went out and they bought that company to begin with, I gotta say, Philip Morris International, that is certainly the business blunder of the day. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.